Les Paul is the Thomas Edison of rock and roll. Les Paul invented this great solid body guitar that you can play at all kinds of volumes with all kinds of different types of music. He was a big pop star. He and his wife Mary Ford had all these great records, and they are just as off the wall and over the top as they were back then.
One thing that always attracted me to the style of Les Paul and his playing were just some of the innovations and the little things, some of the trills and little things that he did that a lot of guys weren't doing at the time, like the sort of one of his signature moves is this sort of thing that he did. So it just sounds different, you know, and you can tell when you're hearing it. And it's a different path than a lot of guys were taking back in that day.
Hex is just like it is in my dream. It's just like I knew it could be. What was outstanding about Les Paul was that he created, a variety of guitars for a variety of artists in a variety of genres. His guitars are in blues and jazz and rock and country. He's influenced them on a tone level. You have heard Les Paul guitars on some of your favorite songs. I think that's just fantastic. And enough of the pain. I tried so hard to change, and I believe.
Some of the earliest electromagnetic amplification was developed for the steel guitar. So Les Paul kind of took that technology and applied it to like a guitar as we know it today. So that's kind of an interesting juxtaposition for me. I love that he was such a mad scientist tinkerer. He was a master musician, just an all-around pretty incredible individual, but I really appreciate his development of the technological side of what we do.
For me, it was his recording innovations that had the most impact, and it's probably what I used the most. Things that, Revolver, Pet Sounds, we wouldn't know those records the way we know them now if it wasn't for innovations that Les Paul used, and those are all innovations that I use almost on a daily basis in my own recording. So his biggest influence on me is definitely his recording and studio innovations, probably more so than his playing. His playing is so beyond me.
She said, I know what it's like to be lonely too. It's a feeling I get lying next to you.
Yeah, if it weren't for Les Paul, I might not be playing guitar. So, I think every guitar player should be very grateful and indebted to him and his mind and his contribution to the history of the guitar.
What he did was he basically gave you lots of volume and a way to express yourself in ways that just weren't available before his concept of electronics within a guitar and how they all work.
Anymore. You're a beautiful stranger, and stranger I know.
What translated into what I play is he also developed a tape echo, which basically takes a tape machine and added another playback head, so when it's recording that comes back around, it hits this other point, and that's the delay. Like, let's do this. So that's the initial sound delay.
Yeah, he definitely made some incredible, iconic guitars, you know, that have just become, you know, the standard in practice today, you know. And I mean, you know, the Les Paul is like the quintessential rock and roll guitar. You know, it's like it, you know, that's the guitar you wanna see, you know, hanging low, playing loud.